What is going on, gang? It's super foggy, strangely warm day today. The woods look really cool, kind of creepy. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be like high 66 today, so it's strangely warm, but we're gonna be working on the nursery, making some progress there. Now that the new roof is on, we don't have to worry about water damage coming all over, new remodel inside there, so that was one of the big major holdups. So we've got a nice new roof, and so we're gonna make some progress now in the upstairs. We're gonna put recessed lighting in, insulation, drywall, all that good stuff today, so I'll take you along for the ride. Yeah, let's do it. See this tree behind me? We had a crazy storm the other day, and I mean, it sounded like a freaking tornado was barreling through here, but brought this tree down, and so a little extra firewood for Bill that we'll have to clean up. We were thanking the Lord that it landed to the left and not the right, because it would have crashed into the chicken coop, and that would have been terrible. So we pulled out all of the baby's stuff, because we're gonna make a mess in here. But we had her changing table here, her dresser there, she's been sleeping here, and we rock her to sleep here. So yes, this has been our nursery, literally just like this. And it is by no means the nicest room, but it's about to be nice. And it's so funny, you know, like, we're so grateful for this room, even though it's exposed wires and plaster and lath and no insulation and whatnot, whatever. Super grateful for even just having a room. So many people, millions and millions of people, who this would be glorious, this would be luxurious. It just really puts into perspective how much we have to be thankful for and grateful for just by living in this country, and the things that we take for granted. So though the nursery, you know, it's rough, whatever, to us this is like such a blessing, and just a reminder for all of us, like, it could always be far, far worse, and for millions of people it is. Wherever you're at, be grateful. Deliberately go out of your way to find things to be thankful for, and then speak it out loud. Say, I'm thankful for this. It truly changes your perspective. It changes your attitude. Attitude's everything, right? So anyway, just a little reminder, it could always be worse, so be thankful for what we have. Before we do anything, we're gonna put our halo. It's a recessed direct mount ultra thin LED downlighting. We are going to put that here. So what we have going on is the old knob and tube light fixture, which is just going to come out. Then we have our temporary light here on the pigtail, which has literally just been hanging over the baby. Probably not the greatest thing, but you do what you gotta do, right? I am by no means an electrician, but the ingenuity of these new recessed lights are absolutely phenomenal. So simple, anybody can do it. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So you have your powerhouse essentially, which is going to power the light. Then you have the ultra thin recessed LED lighting itself. The recessed light goes up, and then it has these wings that clip to the drywall, and it just holds it in place. It's so easy, it's so ingenious, it really is. And it plugs into the powerhouse, and the powerhouse just gets mounted into the ceiling, and it gets buried by the insulation and drywall. So super cool, and it comes with everything you need to mount it. Your mounting bracket, your hardware that mounts it to the powerhouse. I don't even know if powerhouse is the right term, but that's what I'm calling it. And then you can also set your brightness, your lumens. So it's got like a warm setting and then a super cool setting. So we prefer the warmer light, so we're gonna put it almost as warm as it can go. And we have the kitchen set, I think, on the absolute warmest, and it's very nice. It feels warm. You know, it feels very inviting, and we like that versus the cool light, which is brighter, but it just makes everything kind of look like a hospital room or like an office or something. Totally uninviting. Not a fan of that. So because we're only doing one light in this room, I'm going to put it one up from the warmest setting, so it's still warm but a little bit brighter. So here's how it works. So apparently this is called the remote driver box. I was calling it the powerhouse, whatever, the remote driver box. So this is what powers your LED lights. Here's how it works, super simple. I think this is so cool, so I'm going to take the time just to explain it. This mounts here, and you've got the two little screws that will fasten it there, and then this is what you screw to the stud in the wall, which holds your remote driver box in the stud inside the wall. Now, what's going on in here, here's how you adjust your lumens if you want it cool or warm. You feed your wires through the in and then out if you're creating a daisy chain. So you go in one and out the other. But we're just doing one light in here, so we're literally just going to go in there and shut it all in there. And it's just going to be a sealed circuit. We're not running a daisy chain. Inside your box, you have your ground wire, which is the copper wire. So your ground goes to the ground. Your white goes to white. Your black wire to the black wire. It's so easy. Literally, you don't have to do any twisting or screwing or anything. They just plug right in here, and it just kind of like holds it right in there. It's so cool. Take your wire in there, and it just holds it in place. You kind of feel it like get secure. And then you do one in, and you can run one out if you're running a daisy chain, but we're just doing one in. And once you have all of these plugged in, you just stuff it back in the box, close it, boom, it's a done deal. We're using this white one, this black one, and this ground. I gotta go down to the breaker box. Nursery's the fourth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Alright, power's off, just gonna check. Okay, we're good. So I'm gonna pull this pigtail off and get our wires all ready for the remote box, and I can't do it with one hand, so I'll put this down
on the baby step stool
and potty toilet. Alright, we're gonna cut this old janky knob and tube light fixture out. Okay. Then pull this guy out. Get our wire out of here. I guess I'll try to save this thing in case we use it, but I don't think we will. Alright, now there's our wires to go into the remote driver box. Goes to ground, feel it pop, and then you know that it's in there good. That goes to black, white goes to white. Gets squeezed between this and it holds it in there nice and tight. All that gets nicely safe in the driver box. We're gonna mount it to our stud, and this will all get buried under drywall and insulation. Light's done, first of all. But yo, this sucks. So, because the rafters are a little bit wider than normal framing, the insulation is not wide enough to stuff and stay like it's designed to. So I have to cut these tiny little strips, and I'm like trying to get them to stay. It's just terrible, and all the dust is coming down on my eyes from the slate, because these were up in the attic and all the slate dust from tearing the roof off fell on top of them. So their insulation sucks. It's extra sucky, and they're not staying upright. This is brutal, guys. I got one done and I've got a ton to go. I don't want to. Here we go. Gotta do it. All the insulation is up for what we're gonna drywall, and that was a pain in the butt. And then Billy had the idea to cut them. You can see there's a cut here and a cut here, to just cut each piece short so that they extend across the there we go, the joists here, instead of trying to run them full sheets, which goes a lot quicker, but it wasn't working. They were too skinny for this old house. So anyway, finally got that done. I got this secured so that you feel no movement. This whole thing, the plaster broke too wide when I was cutting it in, so it was like this. Just I mean, you could literally pull the whole thing out, so plugging stuff in was not an option. So that one's secure. Now I got to do it to this guy too somehow. It is so warm. It's middle of December. I have a t-shirt on and I'm like hot, and I run cold. I mean, I am always cold, so like, yeah, this is weird. What's the game plan? Cut these into little strips. Cheers.
I'd say follow these two lines, eyeball this one, and just rip it in half, and then this line.
Watch your fingers. We don't want any cut fingers here.
Yeah, watch your eyeballs.
You want glasses?
With a new melody.
You got it? Yep. We're packing these out so that the drywall all sits even.
That's what happens when you wait. Get a little stronger. That's what happens when you wait. Up over the wall. And just span the gap here. They actually land perfect on the next joist over. We get our 8-foot section. But the conundrum is finagling an 8x4 sheet in this space to leverage it up over the wall there. I think we're just gonna have to get one in here and manhandle it a little bit and see kind of. So that this is 8 foot here. We might be able to do it.
I think we can.
It's just gonna be.
It's a tiny gap. What's that gap
stupid.
there? Will 5/8 fit?
Barely. It will. We have a little over an inch. And right now it's the only bathroom.
All right.
It's not 4 foot.
Not 4 foot. What? Let's go. You ready for this?
Don't eat the pretzels.
Oh my gosh!
Don't listen to him.
Uh-oh, poopy
You've
butt.
been
Healthy pretzels.
She's been chewing on that, just trying to muster up the saliva to moisten up the breadcrumbs.
Say,
Well, I
these
think
pretzels
you
are
might have
making
to,
me
but
thirsty.
These pretzels will make me. Can you say thirsty? Ooh, she's like, wait, let me take the pretzel out of my mouth and say hello.
I think it would be easier once we get into the room.
Well, think
Because
about
if
it.
you go in the room first, then it's going to be upside down.
We want it upside down.
Oh yeah, because then we're going to
If we
go
go
up
in-
over the bathroom like this.
Bad corner. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to swing wide.
Sweet
Right,
cherry.
we did this with all those sheets, right?
All the freaking sheets. Yeah, remember? One corner had to go real low, the other had to go high.
Holy sheet! Oh!
Got it?
At least we're not going all the way to the attic this time.
Oh.
Alright, you okay, Rob?
Yeah.
Was that Billy?
Okay. Set it down for a sec.
Watch the poop stool. The stool.
Go ahead.
The stool.
The stool. This is the stool. It's advertised as a training potty, a kid-size toilet bowl, and a stepping stool. So, it's the stool.
Okay.
Hey!
No, my head's just in the way. I'm going under. Oh, so close. Hold on.
Slide out a little bit.
Hold on.
We're hitting this raptor.
Pull the end down. Pull it.
Yeah, if you guys can if you can go out and up a little bit, I just need to come down an inch on my side to clear this joist.
Yeah, we're gonna trim one end and then we'll throw in, you know how we were gonna sister on this side? We can sister both sides of this and just kind of make it work. But I guess Rob's got a good point. We can trim this end back past that ugly corner. I'm gonna try to trim it right in place. If you move for here.
Isn't that gonna
Need to switch?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tim, you wanna get in here and give him a hand?
do it for a minute?
Six-inch circle.
First sheet's up.
If you wanna hand that to me, I'll
Are you wiggling or are you just shaky?
I'm shaky. You're laying down a welding beam. Alright. This down.
Hi, you're being so good. Shout out to my wife. Just awesome job watching that little girl. It's a full-time job. And we wouldn't be able to do all this if she wasn't taking care of her. So, different work, but more important. Thank you, babe.
Wow.
Boom.
There it is.
Boom.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Apply pressure while he screws. Let's make it happen.
Well,
Let me see them hands up. Let me see them hands up. Rob's on the stool. Little special framing in here. Everything about this house is old. Smile?
Smile or
Do you
smell?
smile? Go ahead, check it out.
Oh my gosh! This is amazing.
A real
Oh
ceiling.
my gosh!
Look,
Yes.
Logan, you got a real ceiling over your head.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, look at your light. You got a real light.
That's
Light. That's your light. All right, gang. We got the drywall up. Thank you very much.
Cheers. That's
We,
not
uh,
true. There we go. Kept a human alive today.
There you go.
That's a big accomplishment.
Thank
You guys help us out so much getting crazy projects done, so thank you. Let's dig in. We're gonna go play in the leaves for the first time. Yeah, I got a leaf pile for you. You ready to see it? Yeah. Oh, face plant. Later that day, I got a small landscape installation finished up. There's the end result. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more.